Let's compare the Nitro Deck to the Nitro Deck Plus.
Oh, the ultimate comparison.
Ooh.
The Nitro Deck shootout.
Yes.
Are we calling these grip cons? What's the names of them?
The Grippy Connie Joy.
Yeah, because we included the Nitro Deck Plus in a Joy-Con alternatives video.
Well, it is, isn't it?
It kind of is. Okay, so the cracked Nitro Deck and the Nitro Deck Plus, these coexist now.
Yes, they do.
I assumed wrongly that the Nitro Deck Plus was going to out and out replace the Nitro Deck, but you're saying that's not the case.
No, it's not the case at all, because they're both aimed at different sort of gamers.
Okay.
So they're going to live together happily. And depending on what you want to play is kind of which one you're going to opt for.
Yeah.
Really.
Right, okay.
I mean, the Plus is newer. It's got some extra features that the original doesn't.
Yes, some things that are missing.
Yeah, and some things that basically people were complaining about with the first one. But now you've got a choice.
Yeah.
So they've fixed everything that people were complaining about, really.
Yeah.
And now you've got kind of a choice depending on what your preference of games are.
It makes sense to start off with the prices, I guess, because that's going to be a big deciding factor for people. Yes. The Nitro Deck Plus on its own, no HDMI dongle, is £70 or $70.
Yeah.
With the dongle is $80.
Yes.
And the original Nitro Deck is $50 or $60 with the HDMI dongle. So
no dongle. No.
Oh, it doesn't.
No,
that's actually really case. That was the thing it comes with.
Yes.
Which actually you've led this on really nicely with my faux pas. The Nitro Deck Plus now allows you to pass through HDMI.
Yeah. So it's basically a dock. Yes. Whereas the original, which people were wanting, is not a dock. Yes, it does have an output port on the base, like on the back just there, but that is just to turn this into a controller. Yeah. So you can use this as a standalone wired controller.
Does anyone, leave us in the comments below, does anyone actually use this as a separate controller? Because that seems weird.
It is weird, but I like that it's there.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a pinch and you're doing Mario Kart or something and you need an extra controller, I mean, you've got one here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I wouldn't reach for this as a controller.
It'd be weird to be just this big empty space in front of you. It's odd.
Weird.
The fact that you can HDMI output with this, or USB-C output, I guess, if you've got a USB-C monitor of some kind.
Yeah, I've not tried it yet.
That's huge.
It is, yeah.
It's huge. It's really cool because, like you say, now it's a dock because you can pass through charge as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome feature. There's big ergonomic differences straight away, or at least layout differences straight away.
Yeah, it's the layout which affects the ergonomics, absolutely.
The original Nitro Deck has this asymmetrical layout. Obviously, the joysticks are staggered on this and the buttons are swapped in position, the face buttons. And the Nitro Deck Plus is a more Steam Deck layout with the symmetrical joysticks and the face buttons put underneath.
Yes.
So that's where this really comes into, you have to decide what types of game you're playing to specify which one you're going to go for.
Yep.
You're going for something that's a twin stick, some kind of FPS game.
Yes.
This is absolutely amazing for that.
Yes, like the ergonomics of this for twin stick is brilliant because of that symmetrical layout.
Yeah.
Because they've not changed the ergonomics of the device. It's basically the same housing. It's just swapped the sticks out.
Yeah.
So for playing like Doom, let's say, or even Metroid Prime Remastered over here, anything that requires a second stick for aiming or anything like that, this is absolutely, like, it just fits lovely in your hands.
Fits perfectly.
Really nice.
It lends to using the shoulder buttons more than the face buttons, which you're going to be doing in those types of games way more, just your hand positioning. It's utterly beautiful for that. I will say, though, that it does mean that the face buttons are a big travel away from the right.
It's horrible. Yeah, it's really not very comfortable.
But it's horrible. If you want to use the traditional 4 face buttons, it's horrible. But they've kind of done a design hack to get around that, which is actually a really nice little feature. 6 programmable buttons on this now.
Yeah, so the old one, you got 4.
Yeah.
So you got the 4 on the back, which remain. But with this one, we've now got the sidekicks, or whatever they call them, which are on the side. And this means that when you're playing like this, you can get to the side just here, and the same on this side, without having to drop your thumb all the way down, you know, to get to this piece. Yeah. You can just go boop. So it's preset to A, and then the other side is B, and that's really handy.
Genius little design
really
that is. Because if you're like me and you traditionally, your brain's going to go to the normal face buttons, it is a really long travel, and it is part of the design that I don't like. But this A and B button on the side that's programmable to be whatever you want them to be.
Yes.
it gets around that really nicely.
Yeah, it really suited me because, like you said, when I first started using this, I was trying to go down to these buttons.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not right. And then I was like, oh yeah, we got the new buttons, and it just fixed it for me. And if there was any other buttons I'd want, I can just program them on the back, and it completely negates like needing to use these at all.
Yes.
You don't even need to use these if you don't want to.
No.
You know.
There's one, we literally just noticed it as we were setting up this video. There's one really subtle design change that is actually massive.
Yeah.
And that's on inside the cradle itself.
There's like guide rails.
These guide rails, they do exist on the original one.
But they're very, very slim.
They're like 1 mil of this kind of rubberized material.
Yeah.
On the Nitro Deck Plus, they are stepped up. They're maybe 3 mil, 2 mil.
Yeah,
they're significantly bigger.
Yeah.
Which obviously
Absolutely.
separates the back of your Switch from the Nitro Deck itself to stop it scratching.
Yes, absolutely. So it's got like PTFE glide rails on here. Like they're basically like the bottom of a mouse foot.
Yes.
So it's like that. So they slide in, the Switch slides in. I might as well show you. So the Switch just here, right? It supports both the Switch and the Switch OLED. You drop it down and then it's going to sit there. You click it down. Now it's locked in. So no matter how you like shook that, like it's not coming out at all because it's actually locked in with these little like clips on the side, which is features on both of them, right? We still have a kickstand as well. Then you've got this latch on the bottom just there. So you push the latch, put your thumb on the Switch, and it just slides right out. It's genius. I mean, I remember people with the original one going, I'm just like, it's really hard to remove. It's not really hard to remove. Like you do it as I've just shown you, right? So finger on that bit, thumb on the Switch, pull it.
I think what people
really
are typically struggling with is putting their thumb on the screen.
Yeah,
it's kind of not wanting to.
Yeah.
But you're just going to have to.
But you just get one of these.
Just
and
get a little cloth.
Like that.
It's fixed. Once, I have to say, aesthetics are a huge thing for me because I've got a childlike mind. Yes. Once your Switch OLED in particular is in the Nitro Deck Plus, it looks like a Steam Deck.
It really does, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really does.
You put a photo in our channel membership Discord.
Ooh, nice plug.
Sign up. Yeah, I know. 99p. You put a photo on playing Metroid Prime Remastered when the Nintendo Direct happened, because they announced Prime 4.
Oh, yes.
We all did a little wee in our pants. Very exciting. But you put a photo up straight away going, that's made me want to play Prime Remastered again.
Yeah.
Put this picture up, and it was like, holy, that looks like a Steam Deck,
it does. It really does, yeah.
The aesthetics of this
I love it.
Are beautiful. This see-through design.
Yeah, they do a see-through black as well.
Oh, I prefer this white see-through.
Yeah, I'm glad that they sent us this one to check out.
You can see subtle things, like you can see the membrane actuating underneath the face buttons if you look closely.
Yes.
The purple dome on the joysticks.
Yes, I know. They did it for me, I think.
Yeah, they do. They just make it look really cool.
It's really nice.
Ergonomically now becomes a beautiful thing to hold.
Oh yeah, specifically for like FPS games.
For FPS
it's not going to show on this because I've got the Joy-Cons assigned. So if you're wondering why it's not actually working, it's because I've not reassigned.
It looks and it feels amazing. Twin stick, like you say, it's absolutely made for it. But that does go back to the kind of slight negative, is that if you're wanting to play, I don't know, Metroidvanias, 2D platformers, anything that involves maybe the D-pad more or the face buttons more.
Yes, more so the face buttons for sure.
Yeah. Then this kind of falls behind the original Nitro Deck.
Yes, I mean, you can totally do it. So I'll show you on the main camera. Like you can hold it looser and get down to the D-pad and fire, with these absolutely fine. So it's not like you need to buy both.
No.
But if you want a better experience, that's where the original comes into play, because the face button layout, if you're using, the left stick, and then these, let's say you're playing Mario Wonder and you're not using a D-pad, first of all, you're a heathen. Second of all, you can do this much more comfortably.
Yeah.
But if you want to play with a D-pad, then you still got to drop your hand down anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
For me personally, I think I actually still prefer just dropping my hands down entirely.
Yeah.
And holding it with a looser grip.
I would suggest anyone who's on the fence between the two, for the slight price increase, and it is slight.
Yes.
The Nitro Deck Plus is absolutely the ultimate way to go. It's like the premium way to go.
Yeah.
In fact, it's, I would say, the premium way to play your Switch OLED.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really
We
nice.
were doing a Joy-Con comparison video recently. I don't know if it's gone out or not, or what the order is. You may have seen it already.
Depends if I remember which way to put them out.
But we were having a really hard time to decide what came first as like the ultimate Joy-Con alternative.
Yes.
Purely because the Nitro Deck Plus exists.
Yeah.
It's got so much so feature rich.
Yes.
It looks so amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It feels so amazing.
Yes.
It's hard to kind of not consider it as the ultimate way to play your Switch.
Yeah, exactly. There's a couple of differences we haven't said then. So we've said about the layout, the fact that this one can HDMI out, whereas the original can't.
That's huge.
Massive. The fact that this steps the Switch off,
Yeah.
Even more, so it protects the back better. So if you've got a limited edition and you don't want to scratch it or whatever, that's great. But this also has like Bluetooth for the app. Right, so they both have NFC, but only to connect to the app.
Yeah.
And you can collect them. You get all the different cool colorways.
But you can't be using your Amiibos
with
it.
No, you can't use Amiibos with it. It's purely for their app and like collecting the information of the device and say, okay, you've got the transparent one or you've got the GameCube one or whatever. But with the app, with the Nitro Deck Plus, you can now connect it via Bluetooth to firmware update.
Which is big.
Yeah, it's much easier. Whereas with the original, you've got to connect it to the computer, cripple hand like every button, and then you update it that way. It's much easier to just do it over the firmware thing.
Yeah.
But in general, I mean, we haven't said, if you don't know about these at all, they do have Hall Effect sensing joysticks on both of them.
Oh, I'll run it down then.
Yeah,
Hall
go
Effects,
for it.
Hall Effects sticks on both. You have 6 programmable buttons on this one and only 4 on this one. Adjustable sensitivity for the Hall Effects.
That's on both of them.
Yeah, on the triggers. No dead zone mode. Is that on both?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize. I thought it was just on the Plus.
That was a feature update if you did firmware update the
Well,
original.
There you go.
There we go.
So every day's a school day here.
Yeah.
Got gyro.
Yep.
That's obviously a big thing. Turbo. They're really low latency compared to other kind of Joy-Con alternatives.
Because they're wired.
Wired straight in.
And just to stop you there, if you buy one of these, plug your Switch in and go, why is it not working? You have to go into the Switch settings and enable wired Pro controller mode for them to, because it is a wired, it's going into the USB-C.
It looks at it like it's a wired Pro controller.
Absolutely, yes.
So low latency, adjustable but not HD rumble.
Yes, adjustable.
If HD rumble's your thing, there's actually very few choices, good choices that there are.
There's only a couple, really.
Probably the Mobipad.
Mobipad M6 HD, for sure.
But like you said, Bluetooth for firmware update and USB pass-through charging on the Nitro Deck Plus.
Yes.
Does that exist on the existing Nitro
on the
Deck? So
backs of both of these, you've got this little step-down foot. Now, they both have USB-C, so it says input on both of them, and you plug your plug in there, your wall outlet thing, and it will charge them up. So I've been leaving my Switch in this and then just plugging it in, sitting it on my desk so it looks cool.
It does
and
look cool.
Charging it up, so you don't need to worry about that. And again, they can both be used as independent controllers with the output, but this one can be a dock effectively, which is really cool.
If the price isn't an issue, obviously go for the Nitro Deck Plus. I think it is the ultimate way to play Switch. And your Switch OLED in particular, with that small bezel on that OLED screen, it looks like a Steam Deck. It looks beautiful.
It's really nice. I like it a lot.
If you can't stretch to the $70 for the base version of the Nitro Deck Plus, the original Nitro Deck at $50 is a bargain.
At $50,
that's incredible.
A perfect price. It really is. And they do some stunning additions in this already. So the Nitro Deck the Plus is so new. There's only got the 2.
Yeah.
So you've got the really cool, completely transparent here, and then like a frosted black transparent. But the original Nitro Deck, this is the limited edition GameCube one, but they do loads of cool ones, especially the pop-up ones. Like, wow, those are
really
lovely,
cool.
like really, really nice. But yeah, so I expect way more editions of the Nitro Deck Plus soon.
I really believe, we touched upon this on the Joy-Con Alternatives video, when we see more of those AAA games, I'm thinking specifically Call of Duty, when that happens, probably for the Switch 2, that the Nitro Deck version that exists for that, or maybe this will fit it, we don't know yet.
Who knows?
Will be the ultimate way to play your Switch.
If they make a Nitro Deck Plus for the Switch 2, where it's got this symmetrical stick layout.
And we're seeing those AAA games coming.
And all those FPS games, like you said, well, specifically Call of Duty.
It's definitely happening.
This is going to make you win at that. It really, really is.
Yeah, beautiful. Obviously, I fully recommend the Nitro Deck Plus. If you can afford it, it is the ultimate way to play the Switch.
Yep.
If money's a problem, then you have not skimped too much by getting the for $50.
Yeah.
The original Nitro Deck
Yeah,
is a
I
great
think they're
offering.
both great products, but
It's
after
great that they
using
both coexist.
Yes, and that's what I like about it. It's if you don't care for twin sticks and you are going to just play with the left joystick and the face buttons,
Yeah.
the original is the way to go.
Yeah.
But for me, I think the better buy is this one. If I was going to go out now, if both of them broke and I had to go buy one, I'd buy the Plus.
Yeah, totally. Love it. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. And whilst you're there digging around, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video,
and become a member.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get access to these videos early and get to join our Discord where we hang out and share pictures of Andy's dog's balls.
That's true. Yeah.
So until the next time.
Bye.